A bipartisan group of lawmakers wants answers from the NBA about a growing gambling scandal. The FBI is investigating a mafia-linked betting scheme involving insider info on NBA games and rigged underground poker games. Now, members of Congress are demanding a full briefing from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver by October 31st. In a letter, lawmakers said they want more details on NBA-related illegal gambling activity and if the league is reevaluating the terms of its partnerships with sports betting companies. And just last week, 34 people were indicted in two separate federal gambling cases out of New York's Eastern District. Among those arrested are NBA Hall of Famer and Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat player Terry Rozier. As more details emerge, the scandal is sending shockwaves through the sports world.
It's otherworldly. I still, even though I talk for a living, struggling to kind of grasp like what exactly is going on.
It's shocking, I think, how wide-ranging it is. Billups being a Hall of Fame basketball player first and foremost, I imagine that, aside from probably losing his coaching gig, he'll be banned from the NBA.
The scandal was also linked to a pair of Central Georgian suspects. Tony Goodson of Forsyth and John Mazzola of Gray appeared in Macon's federal court Thursday to face charges in the case. Both are currently out on bond.
So basically we're seeing kind of getting into the detail as we see as they was the FBI would call them these monsters. Monsters are talking to former or current NBA players and hosting these type of poker games and betting parties and everything, which they're using like kind of their names, but they kind of use Chauncey Billups, his name and everything. So we don't know the full details of what it comes to what Chauncey was. We know the details, but we don't know the full details of if Chauncey's really gonna get in trouble and everything, because he did name some names and everything like that. So, but we're seeing that when it comes to NBA, we're seeing this big scandal of how there's illegal betting. When it comes to football, you don't hear that a lot, but when it comes to the NBA, we're seeing the last couple of years of players has begun betting because of illegal betting, or also betting on the NBA as well. So with all this stuff going on in the NBA with this betting scandal, Hakeem, do you feel like it's the NBA's fault for seeing? Well, I would say the NBA commissioner. Do you see? Is it his fault that we see this big scandal when it comes to the NBA with the betting scandal?
You're muted.
No, he has nothing to do with it. He's a grown ass man. The problem is these guys are so hungry for money that they can't manage the millions of dollars that they're getting, and they're squandering all to get into illegal activities. Now they're being charged with a RICO for gambling. Come on, man.
You gotta understand when that comes to the aspect of the gambling, you gotta keep in mind people been doing gambling for for centuries. Gambling is nothing new. We already know what time it is when it comes to the aspect of this gambling, especially when it comes to sports gambling, because they say Terry Rozier, they allegedly he was getting paid to go under or to go over a certain game. Does that surprise me? No, because right now you got gambling app, which is the number one thing right now on most all download apps and pretty much in the United States. People are on their phone and they're gambling. People are gambling now. I can't as we going live right now at this moment. People are gambling.
Yep. That parlay.
So it doesn't surprise me one bit that these guys are doing these guys were doing illegal gambling. And keeping in mind they're also investigating the NFL for having some involvement too as well for doing some illegal gambling. So it's corruption all around. And to me, is it going to stop? No. I think somebody just didn't get paid. If you just ask me, that's the reason where it happened. If somebody would have got paid, then none of this would have been going on right now. But somebody didn't get paid, so they're cracking down on everybody. That's just my personal opinion. Go ahead, Jordan. You're muted.
Yeah. So after the past decade, we have seen a rise of online sports bet when it comes to like FanDuel, and all these other sports bettors and everything. And we have seen that, also 10 years, sports pass has been increasing, year by year by year. Not just basketball, but football, baseball, soccer, track, all that type of thing as well. Now, when it comes to illegal betting, especially because of the NBA, this is a big problem when it comes to the NBA because we might, you don't hear so much when it comes to baseball. You don't hear so much because of hockey, or even college football, college basketball. There's a lot of betting when it comes to college football and basketball, but we don't see how we hear more illegal stuff happen from a college sports when it comes to the NBA and everything. So, um, now with this stuff, when it comes to this, I kind of do blame Adam Silver when it comes to this because it had goes to an extreme that when it comes to the FBI, do they do diligence for the last 5 or 6 years of following these illegal sports betting around these cities, which is like I think L.A., New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and all these big major cities and everything. And we see that these people use these former players, NBA players, when it comes to use their names, their sponsorships, and everything. That's how Gilbert Arenas got arrested a few months back. The same thing with Chauncey Bills is getting charged for in a way. So it's a big thing when it comes to illegal. I mean, it's always gonna be illegal stuff. But with the, with the Uncle Sam, they do their tax audits and everything, and they see some amount of money is missing because let's say you go to the casino and you win over $10,000. You had to put it down to the audit. And so when you see tens and twenties and thirties or hundreds of $1,000s missing, and you don't know where it's at. Of course, Uncle Sam's gonna do something. They're gonna do their due diligence. They're gonna do their investigation. And this investigation was going on for a long time. And now they're gonna crack down. They're gonna crack down these people who are betting illegally, and I find out where the money at is everything. So this is really the big thing. Does it hurt the NBA a little bit? Yes, but I'll say yes in a way because it falls on it's falling on the NBA that that's the only sports that people are getting in trouble of. We don't see, like I said, we don't see it from college sports or NFL. So when it comes to Adam Silver, I think he should have done a better job of doing stuff like this because he has like I said, he has banned a couple players. I think one player for Toronto he banned. There's another player I think he played for Denver. I can't remember their name that he had to ban because of illegal betting. So it's definitely falling on the NBA, and Anderson really got to clean this up because if you do that, it's kind of going to tarnish the name of the NBA in a way. If you go to the NBA, it's easy it's easy to bet because illegally because um, you know, I would say not easy to bet, but we see that if you bet some of the sport like NBA when it comes to betting and everything, it kind of tarnishes their name and also tarnishes of when it comes to players of kind of rigging of the NBA by doing false turnovers and all that type of things that we saw with Terry Rozier. So right now it's not